Hi guys, so this is my Valentine's Day makeup tutorial, so if you would like to see what I did to get this look, then just carry on watching. As always, the first thing I'm going to do is use my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer and just put that all over my face. Next, I'm just going to put some lip balm on. This is just the Nivea Hydro Care Lip Balm. And just with a damp beauty blender, I'm going to use my L'Oreal True Match, which is in W3, and put that all over my face. To conceal, I'm going to go in with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and just do underneath my eyes. And if you have any blemishes or anything, then just cover them up as well. Again, with a beauty blender, I'm just going to dab it out. Then to lighten things up a little bit, I'm going to go in with my Age Rewind and go underneath my eyes again. I did actually put a corrector on my eyes before I started filming, and that was just the Bobbi Brown corrector. And to set that all in place, I'm just going to use the Rimmel Stay Matte and quickly just set that under eye in place so it doesn't start to crease. And now I'm going to do my eyebrows. I'll just quickly go over this, but if you want to see a more in-depth tutorial of this, then I have just put one up, so I'll put that in the down bar so you can look at that. Now this is the bit I'm really excited about because today I went out and bought the Real Techniques contour brush, and it is really nice, it's really soft. So I'm going to do a tiny bit of contour, but not too much, because this is sort of a date night sort of look, so I don't really want to go overboard. I'm just going to use my Sleek Makeup contour palette and just this dark colour and just get it on this bit, tap off the excess, and then just contour. Now as you can see, it's come up really dark. That's because this brush is specific for that, it's what it does, but obviously I will blend that out. So I'm just going to use upward circular motions and just go down to blend it out. And to blend it out, I'm just going to go back in with my beauty blender and just blend it. I'm now going to put a tiny bit of blush on, so I'm just going to use the blush that's in the palette, so just this colour, and my beauty blender, and just get the big side and just sponge it onto there, and then dab it on. I just think this blush has such like a romantic sort of, it's got gold flecks in it. I don't know whether it will pick up on camera, but it's got sort of like gold flecks. So it has such like a romantic sort of feel to it. The tip of the beauty blender, I'm going to go in with the middle, the highlighter, and really lightly, because obviously there's sparkle in that blush, just do the top of my cheekbones. And then blend it out with the side, the clean side. Now I'm going to move on to my eyes. I'm going to go back to that highlighting colour because it's such a beautiful colour, and just use a flat brush like this, just go over my brow bone so then it highlights underneath it. And I'm just going to bring that right down so it helps to blend out some of the colour as well that we'll be putting on there in a minute. When using highlighter, just be really careful because it's so easy to go a bit overboard, and you don't want your whole face looking like sweaty. So yeah, just be really, really careful with that. For this whole look, I'm going to use my Naked 3 palette because I just think it has really beautiful colours for this sort of thing. And I'm going to start with the lightest colour, which is Strange, and just put that all over the lid. And then as a crease colour, this is the only colour that's going to deviate from that Naked 3 palette. I'm going to use Kid from MAC, which I've got in my Keepsakes palette. So it's just, you could use any colour really because it's just the sort of light brown transition shade. So that's what I'm going to do just for a transition colour. Just grab that and put it above and below the crease. It'll just give a really nice gradient when it comes to putting those darker colours on. Now I'm going to go for Limit, which is this sort of pinky purpley colour, and just put that over the top, but not quite into the corner, just over the top and down to like the middle of your eye. So it's almost like a really soft gradient is happening across the eye. Just sort of pack that on because you want to have as much colour as possible. And I know with Urban Decay shadows there's quite a bit of fallout. I'm not getting any at the minute, but if you do, just take a brush, a clean brush, and just swipe away the fallout, and it just makes it a lot easier at the end. Now I've done that, I'm going to go for the darker colours. And first I'm going to go with Buzz, and that's probably about as dark as I'm going to get for this look because I don't want my eyes looking too dark. So Buzz is just like this sort of almost a berry golden shade. So I'm going to get the fluffy brush that comes with the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, and then I'm just going to put this on the outer V and sort of wing it out a bit so then it meets this transition shade. I'm going to go back in with Limit and just pack a bit more on there. And then back to that transition colour, just a tiny bit on there just to blend out the edges. And then you end up with this sort of really pink gradient on your, which is the sort of look that I think I would like in this sort of circumstance. So I'm going to go back and do the same with this eye. Now I'm going to do a flick because I think that's what will look nice with this look. So I'm going to bring you in a bit closer. So first, if you do the actual flick, so just go from the corner of your eye and you're sort of wanting to go up towards your eyebrow. So now we're going to go from the middle of the eye and meet just like halfway from that flick. And now you've got that sort of middle bit, you're going to go from the corner and just join up to the middle. And then once you have done that, I'm just going to curl my lashes. And I have like primer to put on my eyes before my mascara. It just helps to make everything a bit longer, but you don't need that. So I'm just going to put that on. And then just go over with whatever mascara is your favourite. I'm loving the Smashbox Full Exposure mascara at the minute, so I'm going to go with that first. To make my eyelashes look extra long, I always tend to go in with a few different types of mascara just to make them pop. And then the second one I'm going to go in is the Rimmel 3D Lash. And just do the exact same, go over. And this time just go a little bit under the outer corner of your bottom lashes. Do this preferably before, but I forgot to do it. If there's any excess on your fluffy brush where you've used the darker colour, the Buzz colour, then just run it underneath. Obviously it would have been ideal to do it before, but I forgot, so. And only go about halfway. And then just take a bit of that lighter colour. I'm going to mix Limit and Strange the first colour, so then it will be even lighter. So I'm just going to dab it in Limit, dab it in Strange, and then go for this and just let it meet in the middle. And then I'm going to go back in again with my mascara, because I should have done it before but I didn't, and do my bottom lashes. So I don't like too much mascara for my bottom lashes, so I'll just get the first lot off with that and then go in and do these. Personally for me, putting eyeliner on would ruin it. But if that's something you prefer, then this is the point you would put eyeliner in your tight line and your waterline. And then in terms of lipstick, I'm just going to keep it really, really simple and go for the Tanya Burr lip gloss in Chic and just put that all over. I hope you liked that, and I hope you have a really good Valentine's Day however you're going to be spending it. So I will see you in the next video. If you would like to watch my previous video, then just click right there. And if you would like to subscribe to my channel, which would make me very happy, then click on the YouTube button, which is right there. And if you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, then please do. It is @NoelleBeauty411. Also, the links will be below, so you can just click on those. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!